You know, it's amazing the changes that can happen. You look at that graph that we just showed. It's amazing even to me. The life that you're going to have coming your way, the things that you can do, and it's just amazing. You know, this is the best business, period. And we say that not because we're in this business and therefore it's the best business, period. You know, I've shown this plan to a handful of people over the years represented in that chart I drew and some of the years before that. And I think I've shown the plan to pretty much every occupation that's out there. Some that would make you laugh and some that bring a tear to your eye and some that you'd never want to do yourself. And I can remember along the way talking to people that I thought maybe had a better deal than me at the time in terms of what I was doing as an engineer or even what they told me this business was going to do versus what it looked like they had as a lifestyle. I'll never forget showing a plan down in Birmingham, Michigan somewhere in some tall office building to two young hot rods that were investors. Well, I don't know what they did. I couldn't understand it. It went over my head, and I think they intended it that way. And they were all so cool, and they couldn't wait for me to get out of there because they were going to go out on their boat that afternoon during the week, you know. And I remember driving away from there almost intimidated. But, you know, they don't have the lifestyle I have now. They don't have the lifestyle Abraham's had. They can't even touch it. And so we've run into a lot of people, and there is not a better deal than this. We also own a bunch of businesses and are involved in a bunch of businesses, from restaurants to land speculation, home building, real estate, commercial fabrication, waste management, stock trading, precious metals, and small business financing. And none of those even come close, as sexy as we can make some of them sound. And the money's good from some of them. And there's a bunch of people on our team from almost every walk of life, almost every occupation. And what we find in all of their occupations, whether it be an attorney like Matt Abraham was up here, or a school teacher like Cheryl, or a medical doctor like Matt's brother Dan, or whatever we could name, you don't see any people quitting the team to go join those professions. But we do see a lot of people from those professions coming to join the team. You follow me? And so when we say this is the best, theoretically we say it from all those different perspectives because we've seen a lot of this. I mean, if there's a better deal, I'd like to see it because in 10 years I haven't. Nothing is even close. Let's go through some reasons then, just talking about specifically about the business. This is just a partial list. I just threw this together, and it's in no particular order, but listen to why this business is the best. And it's almost anything else, well, anything else you can find, you can run it through this and it won't even compare. Number one, low entry cost. It's about the price of 2 speeding tickets to get in this, and I should know. Now, if you live in Kansas, it's about the price of 1 speeding ticket. I can't figure that out. I didn't even see any people in that state. I don't know what they're worried about me hitting. But anyway, don't get me off track here so early. I'm only on point 1. So because there's a low entry cost, there's no debt required or financing or creditors or investors. Any of you involved in, quote, real businesses know that those are the devil. Problems, big problems. We don't have that. You get in for a couple $100. You don't have to give up your job to start this. It takes no guts. You can start it secretly. No one at work even knows. That's how I did it. I was way too sexy for them to know it first. It's non-discriminatory. We were at Diamond Club. They had a guy get up and they recognized him as a new diamond. He's the president of the something, big shot, big high-level officer of the NAACP in the state of New York. In Brooklyn, just went diamond, and his comment was that this business does what they have to do artificially everywhere else. Says it does it naturally, no discrimination, no glass ceilings. You don't have to be credentialed. You don't have to be born on the right side of the tracks or the left. It doesn't care who your daddy is. No race, creed, color, bias. We don't care what you did before. You can even be an ex-convict. We don't care. I mean, we care. We care about you. We'd like to turn your life around, but you understand? It's even. Level playing field. Anybody can win here. No discrimination because it's only pay for performance. No risk. No risk. It cracks me up when we get in this business and people say things to us like, well, be careful. Well, we're just concerned about you. Why? You didn't get all concerned when I paid a couple speeding tickets? Like, what are you afraid is going to happen? What could possibly happen? You're going to end up with some tapes in your car. If you're not careful, they're going to start paying you rebates on the products you use yourself. And you better be careful because you might just get your hopes up. These are the warnings that we get. I don't want you getting too excited. I hate to see you get disappointed. Listen, I'm on the 45-year plan without this. Who could be more disappointed? There's no... I could go on. That's a fun one. I could do more. There's no inventory costs or hassle. You don't have to manage your inventory, LIFO and FIFO and NIFO, whatever all that stuff is. You don't have to worry about carrying millions of dollars of inventory. Just drive by a Walmart store, figure out how much stuff they got stacked in there. Someone owns that before you buy it. You understand? That costs money. And when you have money tied up like that, it's a problem. We don't have that. You have to inventory. Someone else does it for you. No overhead. Oh, you subscribe to a website. I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, tape of the week. Woohoo! Getting up there now. Almost to your fast food cost for a week. No employees. Any, quote, real business, any sexy business, any business your mother-in-law would be impressed with would have employees. And if you've ever had them, with the exception of very few situations, you probably don't want them. No legal complications, certifications, or licensing required. There's a lot of different things out there, a lot of different things. You got to go back to school. Matt was talking about how Cheryl got a raise when she got 17 credits at grad school. What's that all about? I don't get it. You don't have to be licensed here. You don't have to go take some exam. You don't have to go to the state and get certified and whipified and crossified and whatever defied. You just got to show the plan. Costs of operation are very low. Educational materials cost $6. They have always cost $6. And as far as I'm concerned, if I'm on the policy council, they will always cost that as a maximum. And they have never gone up in price. We don't ever plan on raising them. We're not doing it for the money. We're doing it for the education. The materials are very affordable and deductible. And the events as well. And that's the only carrying cost that you have. Product demo equipment, perhaps a Sam's machine, maybe a beauty break kit, so you can show and demonstrate some products at a very basic level, and travel to show the plan. If you're like me, when I traveled in my own car to go to my job, it was non-deductible. I got in this business, I travel in the same car to go build my business, 34 cents a mile deduction. I couldn't believe it. So the carrying costs are an absolute joke. And if you think they're not, you need to go get a, quote, real business and check back in with us in a year. There is an unlimited upside. An unlimited upside. Almost anything you find cannot get as big as the chart I showed you at the beginning of this talk. It will level out. I don't care what you do. I don't care if you invent, like if you go into people's brains with knives and scissors and make them better. If you replace hearts or knees or noses, I don't care. If you're the best architect in the world, if you're Tom Cruise, whatever it is, you're trading hours for dollars, and there's a limit to what you can do. In this business, you can always get it bigger. You can always throttle it up. Everybody I met that had a good deal along the way, almost none of those people had the ability to throttle it up like we can in this business. The chart I just showed you, what you should have seen was double, 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 something like that. We can do that again if we do what we're supposed to do. There's nothing stopping us except for us. In almost any business, any industry, any profession, there is a limit to what you can accomplish because it mostly relies on you. In this business, it's entirely unlimited. No one knows what the most is, and no one's made the most yet. The next one is it grows bigger without bigger complication. It grows bigger without bigger complication. Now, you might deal with a few more people, a few more legs, but that's all. There's always room in our hearts for more friends. It's not dependent on markets or the economy. It's basically what you would call inflation-proof. There's lots of sponsoring when the economy is bad and lots of product flow when the economy is good. Either way, you win. It takes advantage of the biggest trends in our lifetime. The internet, franchising, and the economies of distribution. Isn't it fun to be playing a game, to be making our livelihood, to be pursuing a future in a spot where it's the biggest trend, like it's the big deal? We're not making buggy whips and automobiles are coming out. We are in the main line of the future of industry. It is not, the Industrial Revolution is dead and gone. And those who live their financial lives according to its precepts are deserving of what they'll receive. The go to school, work hard, get good grades, get a good job, keep your nose clean, work your way up through corporation for the rest of your life will not work in the information age like it did in the industrial age. There is not going to be anybody, with very rare exception, who's going to go to a job, stay there 40 years, and retire and golf in Florida. If they are able to find something like that, it's great for them. But the bottom line is there's better lifestyle being an independent business owner as an entrepreneur in the internet age with information like what we do with duplication and riding the internet trend. It is the information age right now, and we're at the cutting edge of it. Wide range of products. Wide range of products. Over 100 website partners, over 1,200 individual companies contributing some of their products, and over 1 million stock keeping units. It cracks me up when someone says, well, how are the prices? Well, what do you mean? They're attached to the products. No, how are the prices? Well, the same. Circuit City, all these, it's the same. The prices are competitive. It's the same. Well, what kind of products do you have? Because I'd have to believe in the products before I did something like this. Well, go to pretty much any store, close your eyes and point at something. We probably have it. It's up to you whether you believe in it. We got products from sexy to consumable and everything in between that people use every day. These guys were ranked number 1 in online health and beauty sales by Business 2.0 magazine in November 2000 and by Internet Retailer again in June of 2004. Number 1 and stayed there 4 years in a row. Product education is therefore not all that critical. You with me? You don't have to teach people how toilet paper works. You don't have to become a polished salesman. You don't have to get certified on how to do this or do that. Because it's not a complicated product. The product side of our business is not some complicated, big, encumbering thing. Well, there's a lot of businesses out there where you're going to consume most of your energy learning about stuff. Whatever that stuff might be. And again, you don't have to be licensed and certified to do it. You don't have, excellent, high-profile products such as Excess Energy Drinks, Artistry Makeup, Neutralite Vitamins, on and on. It's legal and very reputable. Let me give you a couple examples why. Positive commentary from Joseph Mariano, Executive Vice President, Legal Counsel, Direct Selling Association. Positive commentary from Robert T. Steffen, former Kansas State Attorney General. Positive commentary, Neil H. Offen, President, CEO, Direct Selling Association. Positive commentary from Thomas J. Donahue, President and CEO of the United States Chamber of Commerce. Positive commentary from Kenneth J. Vandermeeden, President, Better Business Bureau of West Michigan, where he said, admirable history and minimal complaints about us. With the following companies involved, and they have lawyers now, too. Every now and then they meet somebody, how do you know this is legal? I don't know. Well, let's see if these companies have lawyers. Disney, OfficeMax, IBM, Barnes & Noble, MC Sports, Circuit City, MCI, Visa, Marihouse Suites, Avis, Bass Pro Shop, Days Inn, E-Toys, Ethnic Grocer, Franklin Covey, Franklin Mint, Fuller Brush, Gateway Computers, Hickory Farms, Howard Johnson, J.C. Whitney, Joanne Fabrics, Kaufman's, Kinko's Landscape USA, Magellan's, Motherhood Maternity, My Photo Store, NASCAR Store. Northern Tool and Equipment, Overton's, Omaha Steak Company, Kodak, Ophoto Company, Ramada, Sony Music, Whirlpool, Wireless Marketplace, and Adidas, Aerosols, American Tourister, Aspen, AT&T, Audiovox, Avia, Barbie. You know it's good if Barbie endorses you. Chick's got Corvettes and jet skis and everything. Body 500, Jeffrey Bean, G.I. Joe. And G.I. Joe. We got G.I. Joe. Goodyear, Hagar, Haynes, Hewlett Packard, Hitachi, Hobo. Who's Hobo? We got them. And it's registered trademark, too. I didn't know those guys had a union. Hoover, Hot Wheels, Hugo Max, Hush Puppies, Isotoner, Izod, Norman Rockwell. Isn't he dead? Maybe he's in Tim's coach. Olympus, Oric, Panasonic, Paris Blue, Peak Power, Pendleton, Perry-Ellis, Persona, Philips, PlayStation 2, Precious Moments, Proform, Ralph Lauren, Reebok, Remington, Braun, Brooks Brothers, Calvin Klein, Canon, Carousel, Casio, Caterpillar, Chaps, Claiborne, Columbia, Conair, Crayola, Deer Stags. What is Deer Stags? I'll believe you. DirecTV, Dirt Devil, Dockers, Dr. Scholl's, Earth Pure, Earth Song, Emerson, Epson, Jeffrey Banks, Jelly Belly. That's ultrasound stuff, I think. Jensen, Jockey, John Deere, Johnston & Murphy, JVC, Kawasaki, Kids, Kenneth Cole, Kenwood, KitchenAid, Knitworks, Kodak, Cozy Kids, Christian Blake, Lane, Lee, Levi's, Liz Claiborne, London Fog, Louis Phillip, Madeline, Mantra, Maxwell, Meadowbrook, Memorex, Minolta, Natural Ice, Revlon, RJ Colt, Rockport, Royal Heritage, Royal Velvet, Samsonite, Samsung, Seiko, Sharp, Singer, Smithsonian, Sunbeam, Silverex, Sylvania, Tybo, Timex, Tommy Hilfiger, Tonka, Toshiba, Track and Field, Tyco, Eureka, Family Circle, Farberware, Fieldcrest, Fila, whoever they are, Fisher-Price, Florsheim, Fujifilm, Game Boy, GE, Nautica, New Balance, Nico, Nikon, Nine West, Nintendo, Norelco, Vapuse, VSS, and Woolrich, and Xbox, even though they've been recalled. Again, this is only a partial list. How are the products? I'd have to know about the products before I could ever represent it. You got products? Don't make me read it again. All order processing, paychecks, tracking is all done by somebody else. Liability insurance is paid for when you sign up, if someone's dog chokes on a toothpaste cap on a delivery on a porch, you are not to blame. No recruiting fees or payment for sponsoring others. No headhunting fees. Families can do this together, which is one of the things I enjoy about it the most. To make this work, you have to make more friends. I've gotten some of my life's closest relationships from doing this business. Almost all of them, if I really look at it. To make this work, you have to serve others, which makes us all better and them too. It's resilient. You can always wake up the next day and begin again. When I decided we were going to do this and I was going to go diamond, I had nobody in my group. 0 people. Anybody that got into my group, if they said something stupid, did something stupid, acted a stupid way, looked stupid, spelled the word stupid, said it on tape when they're not supposed to say it because now suddenly stupid's a bad word for little kids. I don't understand why. Anything stupid, it doesn't matter. I was going to go diamond before they were in. No matter what they do, the next day I wake up, show the new guy. New guy doesn't know about stupid guy. I got a new business. Isn't this true? Sometimes people get all hung up on this stuff, Man, if my friend Morgan don't get this to happen, I can't see it happen because if a guy like Morgan can't do it. No, you understand. Morgan might be a dope. It's not dependent on how Morgan does, how you do. You can always find another guy. And you never know who the next guy's going to be. When Tim Marks popped in my group, he was living 4 miles from my house. We'd lived in the same town our whole life. How many times did I stand in line behind that guy at a restaurant? How many times? You never know who that next guy is going to be. It's ongoing. We have orders. I love to pull up our volume at the end of the month, check it out. We have orders coming in for years on a monthly basis from people we've never, ever met. They're buying stuff because someone showed them something somewhere, someone made them a client somewhere, someone set them up as a member somewhere, they got in and started buying stuff somewhere along the line where we were not involved, and it goes on year after year after year after year. I think if I never did another thing ever, there'd be orders coming in from places I'd never been forever, and we'd be getting paid a little smidgen because of having generated those orders. It's ongoing. Duplicatable. It continues growing and growing exponentially. I like to give the example of Mark Huber has a little group up in Alaska. They might be big now. If they hear this on tape, I don't want to insult them, but you'll see why I said that in a minute. And he said, man, these guys are really excited, and they like your tapes, and they want to know what they got to do to get you up there. I love Mark Huber. I love the business. I like showing the business. I like helping Mark Huber. I don't like cold. As a matter of fact, I consider it someone at the office is playing tricks on me or doing something because they bring me directly back from Hawaii and make me stand on a sheet of ice today to deliver this message. That someone was conniving. Oh, Brady will hate this. Send him to Saginaw. So I told Mark, man, what's the population of Alaska? And he told me, I said, man, they get about twice that many people. I'll be right up. And then Bill Lewis was talking about these guys he's got in the Bahamas. And then Holger Spiewak started talking about he had a team going to the Bahamas. And y'all know Larry Martin. And they're saying, man, what do we got? And then I met some of these guys at the Major in Atlanta, and they're great guys. One guy gave me a bear hug and spun me around. I thought my eyes were going to pop out. Great guys, man. I immediately liked them. And they said, what do we got to do to get down there? I'm like, man, just say the word. Trapped on an island like you are, I'll be right down there. Still 80 degrees every day, ain't it? I'll be right there. Now, the point isn't that. The point is, how do I get businesses in 2 places I've never shown the plan? Is that because I'm good? I am good. I'm kidding. That always works too. Like throwing stuff, that always works. And being falsely arrogant, I don't get it. It just always works. And that chili joke, that'll work for you too. It's a good diet too. The point is that the business went to the Bahamas and the business went to Alaska without me. I didn't even know what was happening. Nobody even asked my permission. But it happened anyway. It's duplicatable, continues on growing exponentially. Educational. I've learned more doing this than anything else I've ever done in my life. As Orrin says, if you want an education, go out in the living rooms of America and start showing this plan to people. You'll get educated, let me tell you. I finally got a mentor in life. And I've learned to love to learn through books, CDs, and coming to these functions associating with people like you on a regular basis. It's got to be one of the biggest blessings of the business. I think this is the best business in the world because we say the pledge to the flag at all of our functions. I think it's the best business in the world because we pray before all our meetings. You can work this business within your own schedule. If there's an important family commitment, important this, important that, Terry just tells me, put it in the calendar, we get it done. No problem. I think I've missed one soccer game Nathaniel's played in. Now, he's 4.5. He hadn't had a real long career. I've missed one soccer game that Casey and Nathaniel have been in. Just one. And I think, yeah, that's it. Because I'm free. I can put those in my schedule. I can do plenty of stuff around it. And you can live the life that you want to live. You schedule your life in this business. Your life doesn't schedule you. It's very flexible. Very flexible business. My father had a experimental heart surgery in April of '99. It's pretty serious and pretty scary for us. But we went down there. It was pretty trying time, as you can imagine. You've been through that stuff too. And we were down there over 2 weeks, over half the month. And we were officially platinums at the time. We had 2 legs that had just started to qualify. And while we were down there, gone for most of the month, 2 more legs took off running. And we went ruby outside the 2 qualifying legs. As platinums, we weren't even there. Weren't even there. Very flexible business. Can absorb your life with no problem and still reward you with success. There's no boss. No one to tell you what to do and when, how high to jump and where to be. You can go as fast or as slow as you want to go. You know, we get crazy and we jump around, spit and yell and scream and talk about how great it is, going fast, fastest guy this, fast guy that. You know, I was never fastest anything. I don't think I've ever broken a speed record ever. But no one held me back because of that. No one looked down at me because of that. And they had Diamond Club doors open when we finally got there. Oh, by the way, I think it's the best business in the world because it pays a lot of money to those who build it properly. I might as well just say that. It gives you monthly cash flow, which is key. Cash flow is key to wealth. We turn our money every 30 days. IBO's generated $3.1 billion in sales in the first 4 years and another $250 million for partner stores in those same 4 years. IBOs have earned more than $1 billion in bonuses and incentives since this launched in '99. IBOs earned $373 million in fiscal 2004 on sales of $1.3 billion, our biggest sales year yet. That money's going somewhere. Cracks me up when somebody says, yeah, there's no money in that. $1.37 billion in sales. How's your business doing? Mr. Know-It-All? How much revenue you generate a year? You pay out $373 million in bonuses to your employees, Mr. Big Shot Businessman? Give me a break. It pays more than I could have ever earned doing anything else. Seriously. What else could I have done? Name something. I know. I could have been quarterback of the Patriots too. Got the name for it and all. It's in the genes. My cousin. I don't think so. 5'11" quarterbacks that run the 40 and 4'9" 20 years ago don't really make it in professional athletics. Seriously, what can you and I do to have this kind of lifestyle? Have you ever thought about that? All right, this business was a joke. Ha! Fooling. Now what? Now what? I mean, seriously, think about that. My friends, there's nothing. Nothing like this. I was talking to a guy the other day. Probably making $250,000 a year. He's pretty happy with it, excited, doing good in what he's doing, got a good business growing. Not in this business. And he was excited about it. I said, man, that's great. I said, what's it like? Like, what's the win? Because obviously you're good at what you do. What's it like being where you are at what you do? What's your freedom like? Freedom? That's what he said. I said, well, I know the money's good and everything, but what kind of overhead? Well, I got 19 employees, blah, 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 blah. So how often do you guys get away on vacation? Oh, 6-8 weeks a year. That part's pretty good. You got to take your phone with you? Oh, are you kidding me? Of course. Different win, guys. It's different. What else could you do? I've never been able to answer that question to myself. That's why I do this. How about you? Anybody can make more than anybody else. I like that too. I'm not into communism, socialism. I'm not into very many isms, as a matter of fact. Anybody can make more than anybody else. If the person that brought you into this business is not trying their hardest at it and you are, you will pass them and there's nothing they can do. Matter of fact, if they're the right kind of person, and probably they are, if they're immersed in this system, they'll probably pull out the checkered flag and wave you on by. and realize their day's coming too. But the best thing they can do is open the door for you, which is what they've done by bringing you here. Anybody make more than anybody else? It's pay for performance, period. Pay for performance, period. There's no hidden incomes or special deals, no grandfather clauses. With team, every dollar is available to each of us. That's not true in this industry across the board. Matter of fact, it's kind of rare, but it's true here. Our promotion here is based on our ability, not on anybody else's opinion of us, not on some boardroom decision made behind closed doors, not on some evaluation with some boss you didn't get along with. It's based on your ability as measured by a performance chart that doesn't know or care who you are. It only pays you based on the numbers that you post, period. Because of all these things, there's no good old boy network. There's no clique. Anybody can earn their way into the policy council that sets the direction and determines the policies for the team. You included. You're invited. We've got more chairs. Charitable giving. On October 28, 2004, it was announced that $830,000 was contributed to Easter seals in the United States and Canada by the company and IBOs for fiscal year 2004. Not bad. That's you. IBOs associated with team have given hundreds of thousands of dollars to churches, soup kitchens, crisis pregnancy centers, construction projects for shelter and churches in India, food for the homeless, and countless other charities. And while this is probably true for any group of people you could name, I'm especially proud of the IBOs I've seen personally involved in these activities, and my hat's off to you guys. God bless you. One of the reasons I think this is the best business in the world is I can take others with me on the journey to success. Let's say that you do make it in professional athletics. How do you help your brother? Just throw some coin at him? Does that help him? Let's say that you do make it as a big shot businessman and you run some big automotive company. What do you do? Nepotism? Insert your kids in there and give them a fake ride up the ladder? Does that help them? Does it really help them? What do you do here? You can take anybody. As long as they're willing to take themselves. And that helps them. You can take others with you on the journey to success, but only if they'll meet you halfway across the carpet. Anything else you're going to do, if you're going to prosper, all of a sudden your brother wants a hand, what are you going to do? Not a hand up, they want a hand out. Nothing else allows that. This is awesome that way. Free trips. Hawaii, Peter Island, the Fun of the Sun trip in the summer, Platinum Seminar, Achievers, all these things people pay for you to go. Start making a lot of money and then they pay everything. I don't get it. I ain't complaining. It's geographically unlimited. Any of the 50 states in the Caribbean, then you can also internationally sponsor throughout the world. You can live anywhere that you want to live. We picked our spot in Florida where we live in Florida because we liked that spot. I did research on average rainfall, average temperature, crime rates, all this stuff. I want to see how the real estate markets were prospering. I mean, I picked a spot. I looked at the whole state of Florida and I picked the absolute best spot in my mind, which is what you would do. And then the other day I was looking through this magazine and there was a 1,167 acre ranch in Montana for sale. And I can afford it. And I thought, never thought of having 1,000 acres. I was pretty happy with 160 in Michigan, but 1,167 in the mountains. This is getting good. Geographically unlimited. You want to do something crazy like that? You can do it. Live anywhere you want to live. Never have to have a real office or employees or a job type environment. Never have to play corporate America. How you doing, Sam? Oh, fantastic. Never have to have QS 9000 certification. Tax deductions. All the legal deductions from an honest pursuit of profit apply here. Residual or ongoing income, you get paid repeatedly for work done once. A bonus plan that only gets better and better. Some of you heard the story on tape of the time that Orrin and I got a little pamphlet. We were sitting together in some meeting and we got a little pamphlet and it had a little paragraph down at the bottom and we'd never heard an announcement, never heard a phone call, never heard anything. Just get this little pamphlet and down in little print, 3 or 4 little sentences. Said, oh yeah, by the way, there's a new bonus and blah, 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 blah. And I calculated out what their little rules were for. I'm like, Orrin, you think this is right? He's like, no way. They would have told us about that. But they didn't. And it was a 6-figure bonus we'd never heard of before. They introduced it brand new. Bing! Just like that. That happens to you at work a lot, so I'll move on. Bonus plan that only gets better and better. It's a 2 to 5 year plan, and if you're a slowpoke, go ahead and take 10. It's still good when you get there, my friends. No one cares. No one asks you in Diamond Club how long did it take you. They just extend their hand and say, welcome aboard. Success in this business is a great lifestyle, obviously. And I never have to retire from this, although I can. I never have to retire. We're in a swimming pool in Hawaii, and this guy comes walking down this little walkway, and good-looking lady with him and 2 cute little kids, and it was Steve Young of the Football Hall of Fame, former NFL quarterback, 49er. And, he's an announcer now. I don't know what all he's involved in, but his glory years of sports fame are over. He's an old fart like me. But mine are just beginning. I guess I should have contacted him, come think about it. My bad. But you never have to retire here. Your glory years are just starting and they don't end. And this is the last thing you'll ever have to get good at. You ever think about that? You don't work, you don't know 4 or 5 years down the road how it's going to turn, what you're going to have to learn, what's going to change. This is the last, you get good at this, you're doing very good. It's not like all of a sudden we're going to teach you some big whole different way. No, it's pretty much building a community of people. That's where the money's at. On the other hand, this never gets old because there's always some new person to work with or some new goal to hit, and they're always introducing new products. And my favorite one, there's always a new story to tell. Man, you just keep showing the plan, you're running into some folks. Now, people, that's you, but folks, those are the ones that give, like, stories. Stories come from folks. Businesses are out of people. But the folks, then you'll be out in some living room, you'll be doing a one-on-one, you'll be thinking, this is a folk right here. Got me a folk. And you'll look at your wife and she'll have that knowing look, folk. And one of you better remember to write it down. It's just difficult enough to keep you challenged and alive and to stay interesting. It never gets old. It's made me a better person. It's willable. I can leave this to my children. Makes life insurance really affordable. You don't really need it that much. You get a pretty big business. It'll go on after I die. It's got proven longevity. They've never missed a check or even been late. The parent companies are debt-free and time-tested. Here's a big one for me. I get to work with whom I choose to work with. That's real bad English. I choose with whom I work. How's that, teachers? Come on, show. Okay. I get to choose people over folk. That's what I'm trying to say. Where at work, they used to stick you with those folks. You know how it is at work? Don't you? Like, Bob, he's pretty cool. Sandy's pretty cool. But then there's that guy. There's always Negative Nancy or Know-It-All Ned, right? All the people in the cartoons, right? Those people are always at work. Here you choose to work with who you want to work with. It's fun. It's fun. How many of you guys have laughed tonight? How many of you have laughed more tonight than you will at work all month? It's fun. Exactly. It's a blast. I love it. Story after story of things that happen along the journey. Where else can you have the kind of things that have happened to me? Where the lady that said, wait a minute, I see I can get my goals and dreams. She really said this. I see I can get my goals and dreams here, but if I do this, I got to stop shopping at Targets. Okay? Or the couple that fought right in front of me. We're backing up. Okay, I can see you guys got a lot to talk about. We'll just come back another time. No, you stay right here. I want you to see what a cuckoo she is. No, I really don't want to sit here and listen to you two butt heads. What'd you call us? Yeah. Well, how many businesses you can have that kind of fun? Or the guy that had no furniture in his house except for stereo speakers to sit on. He had one chair for himself at his table. And he puts my pregnant wife up on a stereo speaker. Her feet swinging in the mesh of the screen cover. And puts me on another stereo speaker. And we get to the dream part and he goes, well, I can't think of nothing that I need really. Like, dude, how about some lawn chairs or something even? It's fun. I tell you, it's fun. I got a lot more of those stories, but I better move it along. I think this business is the best business in the world because it makes a difference in people's lives. I can't tell you the amount of times some man will take me aside at one of these meetings maybe. Somewhere off in the tool room, maybe I'm talking to somebody and some guy will pull me aside and he'll say, you know, I was an alcoholic for 25 years. and I got associated with this business, and because of something you said on tape, or because of something Orrin said from stage, or because of something Lori Woodward said or did, or because of something Terry said, or because of Tim or Amy Marks, or whatever, I've cleaned up my life, I'm on top of it, I got it tackled, my life is better than it's ever been. I can't tell you the number of times that same incident has been repeated. Somebody tell me about their marriage. They said, we wouldn't even be married now for this business, it's unbelievable. The cards that we get in the mail saying similar things. You've never met me. I'm not even on your team. I'm in somebody's team. But I heard something you said. Blah, blah, blah. These things go on over and over and over again. I think this is one of the best things you could ever do in any category. Not only is it the best business in the world, it's the best outlet for the energies you've got in your life, because it changes people's lives in a positive direction, helps them become all they can be. And there is nothing higher that you can do in life than lead people to the truth and help them become all God built them to be in this life. And this business does that, plain and simple. And it cannot be denied. There's too many cases, too many times, too many examples. And that's what you do. Finally, I think this is the best business in the world because everybody can do it. Everybody can do it. And you know what that means? That means you can do it. That means you. I don't care who you are, where you're from, what's your background. I don't care how many times you've been knocked around. I don't care if you don't believe in yourself or you're an arrogant pig. I don't care anything in between. It doesn't matter if you're on your 48th marriage or you haven't been able to get married, you don't want to get married, can't spell marriage. You can do this. This isn't a does it work business. This is a does you work it business. And if you work it, it'll work. Oh, it's not easy. It's not something for nothing. It's not overnight success. It's just the best. It's not perfect. It's not entirely figured out. There's nothing in this world that is. It's just the best. You're not going to make $3,000 your first month like some scam your neighbor got into, but his will be done in 3 weeks, and this is still the best. And over time, over the years, in terms of having fun, making money, and making a difference, nothing touches this. It's the best. It's not perfect. It's just the best. Just like you, for being part of this team. Give it your all. You won't be disappointed. God bless you guys.